Alright, that's it. I'm taking the gloves off on this one. I've had enough. You guys need to start listening to me. FOIA documents. What does that mean? That's an acronym for Freedom of Information Act. Okay? Everybody knows that act. We've heard it all in the news, Freedom of Information Act, where you can go and find tons of information, what the government knows that had to be released, and find everything that you need to know. Okay? FOIA.gov. You can find it. It's very simple, but keep in mind when you're doing these searches in here, you type in Fukushima. Okay? There's tons of stuff. There's tons of pages. You gotta search. You can't just look at the first page and be done. It's good, it's be done. No, you have to search. Okay? Because they do it with malice. They do it legally, but they hide it. They make you work for it. And if you don't work for it, then you're not going to realize that there's an issue. You see what I'm saying? You have to look for these documents. Okay. Now, I have some here on my phone that I screenshotted, just a couple here, because I only want to talk about a few things. This is a Fukushima video. This is about Fukushima. This is my radioactive rant, and I'm gonna use that phrase. That's my phrase, radioactive rant. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a radioactive rant. I also, while I'm at it, I just made a new email address, radioactiverant at hotmail.com. You can email me there, anything you want to email me, positive, negative, whatever you want to do. Okay, now, let's see here. Let's see who did this study. This was published on April 24th of 2014. I'll correct that. May 6th of 2014 is when it was published. Okay, I found this in the FOIA documents. Okay, this is all real. Now, the Fukushima Daiichi Power Station released several radionuclides into the Pacific following the March 2011 earthquake and tsunami. A total of 26 Pacific albacore, which are tuna, caught off the Pacific Northwest U.S. coast between 2008 and 2012 were analyzed for cesium-137, and Fukushima attributed cesium-134. Both 2011, 2 of 2, they caught 2 fish in 2011, and several 2012, 10 of 17. Okay, they caught 17 in 2012. Of the edible tissue samples exhibited increased activity concentrations of cesium-137, which was in between 234 and 824 millibecquerels per kilogram of wet weight, and cesium-134 was in between 18.2 and 356 millibecquerels per kilogram of wet weight. The remaining 2012 samples and all pre-Fukushima 2008 and 2009 samples possessed lower 137 or cesium-137 activity concentrations. Now get this, pre-Fukushima it was in between 103 and 272 millibecquerels per kilogram of wet weight, with no detectable cesium-134 activity whatsoever in them. The age, as indicated by fork length, was a strong predictor of both the presence and concentrations of 134 cesium. Okay, now you got to keep in mind, let me say those numbers again. Pre-Fukushima, 137, cesium-137 was 103 to 272 millibecquerels per kilogram. Okay? Post-Fukushima was in between 234, which was just about the highest amount that they found pre-Fukushima, 234 to 824 millibecquerels per kilogram. Okay? I want you guys to understand there's a huge difference between internal exposure and external exposure. The inverse square law, I have a video on that, states that, it's all time. It's a formula that has to do with time and distance, and basically the further the away and the less time you're around it, the less exposure you get. The closer you are and the more time you're around it, the more exposure you get. But that's external. When you get it internally, that totally deletes the distance. Totally deletes the distance. The distance is gone. And the time doesn't matter, because you can never get away from it. You can never get away. It's internal. So the distance is gone. The time is gone. You can't get away from it. So that element, that radioactive element inside your body, will continue to cause diseases and to cause cancer, to attack certain bones, to certain organs, certain glands. Each transuranic, 211 known ones, they attack different parts of your body. Now I want to get to Fukushima, the reactor building number 4. There was a lot of issues with number 4 surrounding what's going on with the fuel pools. They were trying to get a structure around it good enough to get a crane in there and pull out these rods manually, not done by computer. Now, the reason why there was a huge issue at 4, because there was double the amount of spent fuel rods in reactor number 4. The reason they're not messing with 1, 2, or 3 is because they're complete meltdowns. They can't even get close to it. And number 3, what they were so scared of in number 4 happening, catching fire, zinc oxide fire, uranium, zirconium fire, happened in number 3. It burned off the water in the spent fuel pools, and then it created this gas, this hydrogen gas that built up and finally exploded and sent 5 or 6 core changes worth of spent fuel rods 360 degrees in the air and into the ocean. It landed everywhere. I mean, it made it down to little bitty bits and pieces, down to full rods that are scattered everywhere. You can see it in the pictures of number 3. And that's the main issue at this place, is they cannot get those rods back. They cannot get those elements back. And once they're out in the open, do you guys know the half-life of uranium, 238, 239, plutonium? I mean, we're talking, 24,000 years for one. We're talking millions of years for another. I mean, it's eternity, you might as well say. And we have to get away from this power. If this does not show us that this is the worst idea mankind has ever come up with, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. I mean, it's right on the ocean. Right on the ocean. You guys have to research this stuff. I've been doing it for years now. For years. I want to put a shout out for Miss Milky. Oh man, she's been going through it. They've been attacking her YouTube. They've been trying to put strikes against her channel, and she's been trying to lately save all of her videos to something else. Trying to get people to help her save all of her videos. But if there's any video editors out there that can put this stuff together and help record this stuff, get it backed up into files, and somehow sent to her in an email or sent to somebody in an email to where we can move this around. We need to get all this stuff backed up. We can back up Miss Milky, Kevin Blanche, Dana Durnford especially. He's got so much information. We need to get him backed up. And Arnie Gunderson, Helen Kellicott, all these, Chris Busby, everything that is against nuclear power, that shows the bad side of power that these companies don't want you to know. So if anybody can get a hold of me, Start spreading this. We need more traction on this. This is not getting done. It simply is not getting done, guys. And we need help. If you can help me, I'd appreciate all your help. Please watch those people I named. Strontium Milks, especially. They've been doing some great work. Great work. I don't know if you're a girl or a guy, but Strontium Milks has been doing fantastic work, especially trying to help Miss Milky. They got some really good presentations of late that you guys need to look into. That's about all I have for my radioactive rant for today. Keep watching. I might get another video out today. If not, I'm going to try to get another one tomorrow. And I'm going to keep hammering at this. I'm going to try to get a video out every day like everybody else is doing. I mean, we got to step this up. Step it up, guys. Thanks for watching. And watch for more Nuclear Paul out.